William was here and that William was there. They were like one row and about 3 or 4 photos apart, both my great-grandfathers on the same poster. Unbelievable. William Latimer, the photo was very, very faded, but he looked very similar to the old photo of William over there. So we couldn't do much with that. But William here, we could get an image of. So that came from a photo about this big. And they fiddled around with it for us, scanned it, did all sorts of things, and gave us a copy. Then John worked a bit on it, doctored it a bit more, and it's probably about as good as the image is going to get, and it's the only image we have at this stage.
Have a beard when I started with.
So I put the Scottish beard on him. Now the other lovely find we got in the Bega Cemetery was that, and I don't know whether anyone else has been to the cemetery and realises this, but when you found William and Ellen's gravestone, this lovely one that I was talking about over here, this one with William and Helen on it, 5 plots away from them. And you can get them in the same frame and camera. We left some daffodils on both of them, so William and Helen were here, and 5 plots there is William and Ellen's gravestone. Badly marked, so it needs a clean, but it's very readable, and it's, yeah, they're both together on the same headstone, and once again, it's really quite tall. So quite an amazing story. He was a tailor. He came from Scotland as a tailor, out on a boat, but they came into Port Melbourne, and they had no children with them at the time, so they came out to Australia on the Argyle, and he was a tailor. Their first child, David, was born in Collingwood. I won't hold that against him, in Victoria. And then at some stage, they've lost 2 females, but we're not sure whether that was while they were still in Melbourne or whether it was when they moved to their next place of living, which was up near Nowra at a place called Green Hills Estate, and it's quite an estate that they lived on. They didn't own it, but they worked on it, and he had a tailor shop there. And Helen, which is our Helen, Joseph's wife Helen, was the next one born who survived. And Amelia and William and John all were born at this Green Hills estate near Nowra. It's right next to the visitor centre, so if you want to go visit it, this amazing house, this one here, is still there, and is right beside the visitor centre, and it sits high on the land that looks out over where this Green Hills estate used to be. They then moved a bit further south because of flooding. Constantly flooded, houses were washed away, huge floods. Probably got sick of it, went further south to Milton, which is a little place. It's on the highway, Princess Highway goes straight through it. And he was a tailor there for quite a while. Margaret, Jessie and Arthur, the last 3 were all, no, I think Margaret was born at Green Hills too. I think it was just Jessie and Arthur, the last 2 were born at Milton. And then they went off to Bega. He set up this tailor's business in Bega, which is all these ads that are here. And then the children were becoming adults. Helen met up with Joe at Central Tilba. Their brother David was the first one to go up from Bega. He selected land first. Helen and Joseph followed. Not together at that time, but the family followed. Amelia married into another well-known Central Tilba family.